Hello and welcome back to the More Players, our Technobabylon Wadjet Wednesday playthrough. Last episode, we got stuck because we didn't realise we needed to tempt fish into a jar with meat, and got a little bit annoyed at the story not making a little bit of sense with regards to trapping the girl, but otherwise it's been pretty good. Can we just run past you now? No. So do we go here and then we use the terminal to open the door so that he falls out? That is super villainy. We literally had a trapdoor floor open up. Goggles. Okay, so I've got to avoid... How do I turn them off, please? There's something here.
What do I look like, a mechanic? That's what I've got Lau for.
Okay, call Lau.
Lau, you there?
Standing by and waiting for your signal.
You remember the plan.
Don't worry about me. You just be careful. Don't do anything stupid.
That's what I've got Lau for. Lau, don't do anything stupid. Okay, so there's...
Squirming, will you?
That operator will shoot me down the moment I open the door.
Bolt gun. It's no wonder the aerostat is such a heap. They've almost run out of maintenance supplies, more so now that you've stolen some for yourself.
An industrial rivet gun. Uses compressed air to punch finger-length bolts through metal surfaces. I wonder if they ever have to use this from the outside while in flight.
Is it going to just say the same thing?
Stop squirm.
That operator...
Okay, no. Maybe we have to get behind the guard and use this thing that we've been told can go through walls on the guard from the other side of the wall. The hatch is locked from the other side. It's locked with a password. How quaint. It will still need to be breached before the terminal can be accessed. Do we use the bolt gun on the thing that we said we would... We can't see it now. I have to do this again.
Optic goggles. Same ones.
Come on. I might not be able to see the thing on the floor until I do this. And then can we use the gun on this? Come on.
What do I look like? That's what
Nope.
What do I look? That's what
Nope.
What do I look? That's what I've...
Nope.
What do I look? That's what I've...
Nope.
What do I look? That's what... What? That's what... What? That's... What? That's what I've got. That's not going...
Well, I think I've used
What do I look? That's what
gun on everything that we can use the gun on.
Can't do that.
No, we can use it on him from in here. Guard question mark.
Thank God you're here!
Who are you?
You've got to get me out of here! They kidnapped me 2 weeks ago! I've been forced to conduct research for them in this aerostat.
Research? What kind of research?
Human experimentation. This poor girl. You see that hardware in the corner?
Boom.
What the hell did you...
The upper level is clear, but Oh. Huh.
Gave him a shot in the back. Your problem is, you overcomplicate things.
Still conscious?
That's how the wetware works. You can't rip his memory, though. He isn't wired.
I'm aware, Ms. Vargas. Take his weapon.
The weapon that was out of ammo.
This is something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Ugh, no you haven't. Baxter was looking forward to it.
I can't hear you.
It's quite a powerful paralytic, isn't it? An unfortunate yet necessary part of our mutual friend here's role.
My targets have to be conscious when I pull the contents of their minds. I'd love to rip the Regis clean out of your head as well.
I told you, he's not wired.
I know, but I know what'll really get to him. What's this? An embryo?
He's gonna kill another one of our babies.
Contentious issue for us, isn't it? Rather a bit of history between us over these little things. Oops.
Yep.
Fragile things, the unborn. Don't worry. Plenty more where that came from.
I think that's the last one. Yeah.
I think this one is
What?
going to grow up.
He only had 4 originally, and he smashed 2.
Nobel laureate.
And now he smashed 2 more.
Follow in their father's footsteps. Oops, all gone. Vicky would be so proud, wouldn't she?
Kressel,
After all, you showed her how important those things were. More than anything else in the world, apparently.
Baxter! You seriously need professional help.
Sir, ma'am, Smart Cam feed shows another cell agent just boarded the aerostat. Female, about 1.75 meters.
Huh. Should have known she'd still be after her partner. Commander, prepare to weigh anchor. Kressel, deal with our new cell intruder. Then resolve whatever issues you have with Dr. Regis.
With pleasure. Don't go anywhere. Gotcha.
Whoa!
Wow, nice throw, Chantel. Did I do good, Dr. Max?
Oh, it's the
Great. I'd better find where Regis went.
it's the naughty maid robot.
Hey, stop! What the hell's going on in here? Regis!
On the body, you find an unusable weapon and the communication gear hooked into his neural wiring. Can we take over his comm gear?
I've got the comm system.
Bless me.
Now it thinks my traveler's part of their network.
Regis has been incapacitated. He's conscious, but apparently paralyzed. A number of specialized wetware substrates throughout the room gives you a clue as to how they might have done it. The poor girl is unconscious. You're not sure what they were doing to her, but there've always been rumors about unethical private contractors abducting thralls from the street. Somehow, though, this girl's face seems familiar.
Got my own. Regis's wouldn't work for me anyway. They're signature weapons.
What's the terminal got for us? Nothing? What if we wetware the terminal? Use hacking on terminal. I'm going to see him caving in the guy's head. Even if you weren't there for the fact, you store the image in your wiring. You remember this face after his escape at Animus. For a man about to pulverize someone, his head with a claw hammer, he looks remarkably cool and confident, as though this is just one step in a larger plan.
Excuse me?
Hello there.
Who are
Who are
you?
you?
Allow me to introduce myself, my dear. My name is Dr. Baxter. I operate the cataloging station.
Baxter? Dr. Adam Baxter?
I believe so, yes.
Aren't you dead?
Sounds a little rude, but aren't you dead?
How do you mean?
Well, yesterday I was probing your well-preserved remains at a crime scene.
Oh, yes. You're quite right. I was killed, wasn't I? It's strange because I could have sworn I was the one doing it.
Not the blonde man? The mindjacker?
It was definitely him, no doubt about it. One can't exactly commit suicide with a hammer, can they? I'm aware that I was murdered, but I have a surprisingly vivid memory of it.
You remember being killed?
Not precisely. It's as though it were an out-of-body experience. I have memory of watching the hammer striking from above. My hands, his hands, so bloody. It's all very peculiar, isn't it?
And you see no difficulty between being dead and talking to me.
That is most odd.
Do you know a Dr. Regis?
I know two, in fact. Charles and Viksha. I killed Viksha, didn't I?
So I've heard.
It's very peculiar. I remember that I did it, but I can't recall the deed, nor my feelings on the matter.
You feel nothing?
I know I ought to. An act such as that would be emotionally weighty, but all that remains is an absence. Do give my regards to Charles if you see him, though.
You don't feel angry?
Charles Regis.
I feel nothing, particularly. I regret his decision to remove embryos from the program, but
Nothing else? No anger? No revenge?
none at all.
Maybe it's the influence of the neural governor on your behavior.
By no means. The weight of that cruel apparatus has been lifted.
I guess because you're no longer attached to it.
And yet, I feel nothing that would warrant it.
Can you remember who killed you?
It was the blonde gentleman, wasn't it? Though I can recall it in the first person, I'm certain it was him.
How so?
He was my only company in the room, and I do not recognize him. I also realize how absurd the idea of my having committed this murder would be.
You know why they did it?
At first, I don't believe it was to have been a murder. This gentleman had larceny in mind. I recall his feeling so.
Mindjacking. He was stealing the contents of your neural wiring, your brain.
Quite so. I was, after all, a leader in my field in the day. And while my memory was doubtless useful to him, he found something unexpected. A well of motivation, suppressed by years of therapy and technological intervention.
Your anger against Regis.
He took my mind. No doubt he acquired that as well.
Okay, so the Mindjacker stole the hatred for our main character. Boy main character.
Why would anyone want to keep that part of your mind? What use would someone have for your desire for revenge?
Perhaps it isn't a matter of his need as the desire's need. Though suppressed by the governor, my thoughts on the matter were all-consuming. Now they have found a conduit through which they may act.
The Mindjacker isn't in as much control as he'd like to think then. This might sound
What's it like being dead?
but what's death like?
I can see why this would be a useful matter for scientific curiosity. In my case, I'm afraid it's probably not representative. After all, can I really be said to be dead when my memory, my consciousness lives on?
I suppose all you could remember would be the physical destruction of yourself.
And that, most assuredly, was a great discomfort.
Okay.
Thanks for the...
Help?
You are most welcome, my dear.
A very helpful murderer. Dr. Baxter's body sits slumped at the chair. Apparently the recent victim of a mindjacking attack. He looks a lot more complete than when you last saw him. And there's nothing else. So we just leave? I don't know what we would get for... Maybe we were just meant to get backstory and lore out of that rather than anything that specifically helps us do a puzzle.
Locked.
And yet it's locked.
I can't leave Regis like that.
Okay, can we inject him? Wakey wakey.
Oh, my head.
Thanks, Max. Great job saving my ass and everything.
Yeah, and sticking me with an injector. You suddenly a medic?
Just a lucky hunch. You going to fill me in on what's going on here?
Later. Update me on the immediate situation first.
Well, the bad news is I saw someone escape through the hatch at the top of that ladder.
Damn. It sounded like she was one of the ringleaders of this plan.
On the other hand, our newest recruit just made her first caller.
New recruit.
Oh yeah, you're going to love this.
The naughty maid.
Damn it, I don't believe it.
Huh?
Ran out of charge again, didn't it?
She must have overexerted herself. Damn it, I had him right here.
I was wondering where the sprite for the guy was, but it's part of the story. He escaped.
The aerostat's taking off.
Where are they taking it?
Doesn't matter. Wherever it is, we need.
You all right, Charlie?
To finish
I'm not sure how
our
much stuff I was
sentence.
supposed to give you.
I'll be fine.
You're in no fit state for any more trouble. Stay down here, try and figure out what they're doing with the girl. I'll find a way to the upper deck.
Okay. So now that we're us, how does that give us a different ability to go up the hatch? Because it was locked before. It's just... No, it's still locked. And we don't have the thermal things. You think we need to fix our totally not naughty nurse sex robot? Can we hack the robot?
When she's powered.
Can we go back to the other room? There's a crate here.
I wonder what this was for.
Ammo. Armor-piercing ammo. Can we go back outside? We shouldn't be able to go outside because the aircraft's taken off. Ah, can we throw the ammo in the engine? We can, but to what end? The now non-functional turbine no longer creates a powerful suction force. That the aerostat continues to move suggests that at least one more engine exists. Can we climb somewhere outside?
I am not reaching into that.
I mean, it's turned off. You don't have to be a coward about it. It's plenty broken enough already. Okay, so we solved a puzzle that we didn't even know we had to solve. Breaking the engine. Well, actually, we should try hacking the console. Now that we're hacker girl instead of policeman.
Wetware's not going to...
Bombs away. Achievement unlocked. What would happen if I hadn't got the ammo before I pressed the button? We might have been able to Zork ourselves where we couldn't disable the engine. Hmm. Contact the Cobalt person.
This is actual. Do you, copy? Over.
Cobalt 3 standing by.
Report your status.
Cobalt 3, what is your status?
UAD has deployed, awaiting further updates.
Copy that.
I don't know why we'd want them to move, but...
Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to starboard side.
Copy that. Already in position for intercept.
Okay, what if we tell them they're on the other side?
Cobalt 3, do you...
What if we tell them they're on port?
Cobalt 3...
It doesn't seem to do anything.
Locked.
Effectiveness report. Pyroactinase 414B. The use of a wetware-based incapacitating agent has proven fortuitous. In the course of his work, Mr. Kressel has found that 414B wetware is effective at subduing targets while retaining consciousness, and also acts as a primer for the extraction process. The choice of wetware, rather than a conventional chemical paralytic, enables a much less precise delivery vector suitable for covert work. The only downside thus far is the susceptibility to wetware's inherent weakness, temperature, and body rejection.
She's out of...
The poor girl is unconscious. You're not sure what they were doing to her in the lab, but there've always been rumors. No, that's the same. Can we unparalyze her? No. Can we use this to go talk to the girl? No. This is the same room we were already in. That's useless. This was this, right? Yeah, doesn't make a difference whether we use this or not.
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Dr. Lau?
Chantal's really pulling her weight in this job.
It's a shame it couldn't hold down Kressel, the mindjacker.
Hey, cut her some slack. She took down 2 heavies on the tarmac.
I'm not going to make any promises about taking her on full time.
You're just worried about synthetics stealing your job.
You may as well take this now. You seem to be the maid wrangler.
Okay, he gives us the ability to move robots' personalities around.
Central's gonna be pretty pissed about this. More than usual, I mean.
Is it working again?
Yeah, we fought off the intrusion.
Damn. I was hoping they'd broken it permanently.
Nah, we could handle it. It was a weird attack, though. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Well-trained hackers. Foreign intelligence?
No, better than that. Like, they were intimately familiar with Central. Then, as sudden as it had started, the attack halted about 18 hours later. Dr. Baxter says hi. He seems a lot friendlier than I expected.
What?
Oh, don't panic. It appears he remembers his own ripping and death. Looks like we can be sure he was the mindjacker's latest victim. A significant part of his mind state's been offloaded into this system.
But why did you see him? Why is he in there?
They've been ripping minds and reprogramming the data through a memory module. I guess Baxter's the latest and still has the most independent agency. Doesn't sound like he harbors any ill will towards you, though.
Maybe the neural governor? He wouldn't be able to get angry.
Well, he's dead. There's no governor. I think that this ghost of his in the machine doesn't include that part of him.
You mean
It's still in the mindjacker.
kept it?
Yeah.
Or just can't get rid of it.
Find anything useful yet?
Just a length of cable.
Why would I need a steel cable?
You're the tech, you figured it out.
And a
I
scalpel.
fixed these up while I was finding my way in.
Now that's more like it.
And the goggles.
Can I get an update?
We need to get after the people running this aerostat. And this conspiracy. I'll see what I can do for this girl.
You feeling any better?
A little. How did you know to come to my rescue?
I broke their comms channels. Figured I owed it to them. Cracked the bug they put in my system and rode the signals back to theirs.
I'll never be able to figure out how you do these things, Max.
Which guarantees my job security. So, Nita Jiang led us to these people. She's helping us find whoever set you up for Baxter's murder, right?
There's that. And... Max, I haven't been completely honest with
I
you.
tried to bomb her.
Here's a surprise. Dr. Cryptic has been withholding info.
Ah, cram it, Lau. These people, they took something from me.
My babies.
Fertilized by myself and by Vicky, my wife.
These people stole your embryos? Your kids?
They needed me to get their memory module for them from Vanderwall. And they knew exactly what my price would be.
Wait, they tried to get you to help them?
They forced me, Max. There was no way I could say no. Those embryos, they were all I had left of her. And because of those people, of all this,
I hate to say it, Regis, but you're in serious trouble. They broke you with this. They nearly compromised this case because of it. You should have told me. I'd have done what I could.
nobody could have helped me, Max. I was obsessed. I panicked. I felt like I was doing it for her, for my wife.
Regis, I hate to say this so bluntly. Your wife is dead. You have an obsession with these artifacts of her. The garden, the embryos.
Max.
You need to focus, Regis. People need our help right now. We've been led straight to our lead suspect. Can I count on you to do the right thing?
The embryos are gone. He destroyed them. There's nothing else they've got to twist me.
Okay, good. Nina's led us right to the mindjacker?
He was the blonde one Chantel took down. I heard him gloat about what he'd done. He stores the target's information within his own wiring until he can offload it.
Looks like he's got quite an operation behind him. I guess it's not surprising he's been robbing synapses all over the world. Gotta be for something more than corporate espionage at this rate.
He's after you because we're on the
The
case?
mindjacker tried to blackmail you because you're on this case?
It's more than that.
It sounded, yeah, he has the hatred of the dead guy.
No, not with him. But the way he talked, it was like he was out for revenge. Not just that. It's as if he were Baxter looking for revenge.
That's impossible. Baxter's dead for one thing. Maybe he's his son?
No, he's a mindjacker. When he drained Baxter, he didn't just get information. He got his motivation as well. And it stuck.
Sounds like he got a lot more than he bargained for. So, we've caught up with our mindjacker. We know that he's apparently ripped dozens of prominent individuals in a number of fields.
Including Baxter, some of whom is apparently stuck. Question is, what's all this setup?
What do they plan on doing with the data they've stolen? Straight neural data is hard to process. That is, unless you've got an AI to read it.
Whatever it is, it must involve this girl.
Who was escaping through the ceiling hatch? It wasn't the mindjacker, was it?
No, he's the one Chantel caught, briefly. By the sound of it, the mindjacker's...
He won't let that go.
His work is part of a larger plan of hers then?
Possibly. She's the one running this lab, for sure.
Chantal's real...
I'm not going to make...
That's a
Same.
Why up?
Ouch. So, this Kressel guy, the mindjacker, he killed Baxter?
And by the sound of it, ripped the contents of his mind first.
When I saw Baxter's head, I thought that either his killer really hated him.
Like I would. Or he was covering up evidence of a mindjacking by destroying his brain tissue.
It's a theory. Sounds like we might be able to back it up.
What now?
So, what do we do from here?
Now we know this is where the mindjacker's operating from.
We need to find out what their plans for all those stolen memories are.
We'd better find out where this aerostat's going, too.
The best way of covering all those would be apprehending these people. Any idea who the thrall in Skanto Blue is?
Not a clue. She must be important to their plan.
Maybe she just wandered into their airfield. A useful test subject for whatever this is.
She was at Cell earlier. She'd been targeted. They must be after her for some reason. I'll do what I can to keep her stable.
Do your best, Regis.
What?
She looks familiar. I can't quite place her, though. I guess I see too many thralls. Dr. Baxter says hi. He seems a lot friendlier.
No, that's the same.
But
They've been, I guess, doesn't sound...
maybe the...
Well, I think that...
You mean?
Or just can't...
Okay.
I'll check in later.
So we have a whole bunch of new tools. We have the robot personality mover, cable, scalpel, and the thermal goggles. 2 meters of industrial alloy cable, strong enough to lift a small house, though flexible. A stainless steel monomolecular surgeon scalpel. It looks expensive and brand new. And the thermal visor.
Uses a focal plane array to convert infrared radiation into a visible image, based upon heat.
So we go here, and then the things that we said we couldn't do
Thermoptic goggle.
when we were the man, presumably we can do now.
That's one of the power junctions pulled.
And this one.
That's another done.
And this one.
How many of these things are there?
Quite a few. Let's look again. Did I miss any? Yes, one under here.
General alarm. Starboard control services compromised.
Okay, I don't get that's done, but it's done something. Can we cut them? No. Can we use cable on
That's not possible.
Chantel and the power things? No. Has it undone any of the doors? No. What about this one?
Locked.
No. What about out here?
That should be safer.
Oh, we use it as a handhold thing. Waddle, 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 waddle. And then because we opened all the panels, can we just pull you out the window? Can we shoot you? Save. If we walk forward, does he shoot us? So I might have to phone him and tell him to go the other way.
That guard by the window. I've got
Yeah. Okay, so we phone him. We tell him to go the other side.
Cobalt 3, this is actual. Do you...
Cobalt 3.
Cobalt 3.
Copy that.
No, okay. Port, not starboard.
Cobalt, do you...
Cobalt 3.
Cobalt 3.
Copy that.
Okay.
Verify identity. Voice print required. Cobalt 1-8 Sigma. Voice print confirmed. Please exit targeting zone.
Can I shoot him now?
Verify identity. Password incorrect.
Oh, there's a little auto turret.
Target acquired. Target lost.
That was close.
Hmm.
I'm not going back out there again. I'd rather take my chances in here.
I was wondering if we actually needed to go down into the down area. Well, that's the only thing I haven't...
My identity. Password.
No? What about... It appears that there's a broken patch that's being held together. What if we scalpeled? And then the blimp collapses? Do I just hack at it more? How does this help? Can I light the blimp on fire?
As much as I love shocking things, I don't think it'll help.
Can I stun gun the turret?
Verify identity. Password incorrect.
Oh, now that there's helium, the guard's voice is gonna... How do we get him to move?
Cobalt 3, this is actual. Do you, copy? Over.
Cobalt 3 standing by.
Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to starboard side.
Copy that. Already in position for intercept.
Okay, tell him to go to port then.
Cobalt 3, do you...
And then when he tries to move past the turret, now that there's helium, he dies.
Voice print required.
Cobalt 1, hey, what happened?
Voice print not identified.
No, wait, it's Cobalt 1 8 Sigma.
Voice print not identified. Terminating security threat.
Wait, stop.
Blah!
Warning. Ammunition depleted.
Haha, you can't shoot me now.
Target acquired. Warning. Entering power save mode.
Yep, they keep helium in here as well.
Hello?
User IFF not found. Consider hostile.
What's your
How do you
status?
feel?
Power systems nominal. Primary mission heuristics active. Ammunition depleted.
Hungry then.
What's your objective?
Objective neutralize.
Neutralize intruders.
Blast that door.
Error. Unauthorized user.
Oh, so you won't take my orders. I suppose you were just trying to kill me a minute ago.
Can we hack him?
Wetware's not going to connect.
Can we shoot it now?
As much as I look...
Can we
optic gog-
find out new information? No, the goggles have run out of charge. Can I convert Robot Girl into you? Yeah, I think we need to...
Not going back.
How do I exit? I think we steal Robot Girl's personality, put it in the turret, and then give the turret ammo, and she'll help us open the door.
Damn. Everything that was her is now...
Yep. So we steal this. We put her inside this.
Hello?
User I.
No, 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 no. I don't want to talk to you.
Error.
I want to put... So your personality is... Why can't I put the maid personality? Well, let's just try mixing everything together.
Hello?
Hi there.
Blast that door. Well?
I'm real sorry, Dr. Max. I just don't know how to drive this thing.
What?
I could make you a martini, though. Would that help?
And do we have to give them ammo?
Here you go.
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom nom nom. Okay, so... Turret.
Hello?
Hi there.
Open the door.
That door.
Stop! Just stop shooting at us. You'll blow the whole damned aerostat up.
I'm about to come in. Place your hands above your heads and remain where you are. Regis, I've got the suspects holed up. What's your status?
Good job, Lau. I've been doing some digging in here. Apparently, their intended destination is Fulcrum Tower.
The tower? In an aerostat? Why?
Let me send you the files.
Freeze!
Hi there.
Hi there. Are you alright?
Get nuked. You're the one who tried to kill me in the first place.
Yes.
Yes, and I am sorry.
I apologize for what I did, but I can't take it back.
Why are you trying to kill me?
I wasn't, specifically, but something very important was on the line. My judgment was affected, but now that's been resolved. You're safe with me now.
Nuke you, man! I need to get out of here. Get out of my way. I'll shoot.
No, you won't.
It's a signature
Weapon.
Huh?
It's locked to my genetic fingerprint. I'm the only one who can fire it.
I don't believe you. You're bluffing.
You're not going to shoot me. That's how I...
Regis, you still there? Uh-oh.
She's actually his daughter.
You still in there?
Yes, just don't shoot, please.
What am I meant to do? Like,
You still in?
Yes.
do I tell the turret to not shoot?
Hello?
Hi there.
Keep at it.
Roger.
No. Do we...
Can I get an update?
I think I've managed to bring the girl's delta wave activity down. How about you?
I made it to the upper deck.
Excellent. What can you see?
Armed guard and a UADS auto turret.
Be careful. Those things only take orders from the exact voices they recognize.
That feels like we've screwed up the ordering of things, because I think he just got stunned by the girl. We were meant to get that hint before we progressed the story more.
I'm not going...
Can I go down the hatch now, then?
Anyone comes through that door, Chantel, you make them regret that.
Got it.
Okay.
You just shot a cell agent trying to help you. He tried to kill me! Hang on, Regis. Wait a minute. I know you. You're the girl who was with Dr. Vargas. Galatea, right? Gala what? You alright?
I'll be fine. Apparently it wasn't as empty as I thought. The counter must have had a charging plate.
More to the point, how did she shoot you with your own signature weapon?
Because she must be our daughter.
Hold still. Just need to scan you. Regis? Why does this girl have half of your genome?
Dun dun dun!
Who yesterday was introduced as Dr. Vargas's daughter. I don't know what you're talking about.
Vargas doesn't have a daughter. Oh,
So he stole some of the babies to continue the work.
What is it?
that son of a bitch. I know who you are, and I'm so sorry.
He must have stolen some of the babies to continue doing the work.
You can't withdraw the embryo now! We're finished without it!
What part of no wasn't clear, Baxter? We've decided not to use our embryos in the project. We'll find another way to do it.
You don't know what's at stake! Our reputations, our whole careers could be made or broken by this!
Dr. Baxter, we've made our decision.
He's poisoned you against us! Don't let his antiquated morals stand in the way of what we can achieve here!
Thanks to Charlie, I've seen things from a more holistic perspective. There's more to life than the project.
Bah!
Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you, Charlie. We're starting our lives together, and that's what's most important to me. Ah! Adam, what are you doing?
Do you know what will happen when this project fails?
And he murders our wife.
Nowhere left to go for me after this. My career is in ruins. I've no future without this project. Do you see, Dr. Regis? You have ended me!
And now I will end you.
You have ended me!
Does he feel remorse? Does he go like, what have I done? Nope, he just walks away calmly. Wow.
My God. So that means that this girl is...
They must have continued their research after I left the project. Duplicated the embryo to use as a baseline.
Wait, that means I'm your... Oh, Nuke, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Max, this is my daughter. What was that?
The engines have cut out. Or we've arrived. Uh-oh.
Ripper. Achievement unlocked.
Looks like we're not just stopped. We're docked. Uh-oh. I recognize that office.
Nothing remains in the control room except for the slaughtered bodies of several hired guns. Where am I meant to go then?
Galatea,
okay.
Don't do this.
It's too late to stop me now, Father.
Damn it.
She sealed the elevators. I'll try a breach.
Charlie, we must stop them. I fear her plans risk endangering the entire city.
Cram it, you son of a bitch.
You stole my babies.
You cloned my embryos
Yeah.
when Vicky was gone. Then you continued the experiments after I was out of the picture.
Dr. Regis, I can only imagine how you must feel.
What did I just say? You don't get to talk. Max, what do we know about this? About Galatea's plan?
Well, she has a dense storage module full of stolen mind states, and apparently she's now taken Central's processor core by force.
She intends to use it to do something?
Central's fundamental nature.
How? It plans outcomes based on input from millions of trance users in the city.
Exactly. She's going to give it a more fixed frame of reference.
I fear that you are correct, doctors. As it stands, Central serves not merely to coordinate city operations.
It doesn't?
No, Dr. Lau. In fact, this may represent one of mankind's greatest achievements. I have been using its position, one of absolute trust and resources, to teach it.
Teach it? About what?
About life, the world, the human condition, what it means to share the world with us. I and the city have given it a position on high, from which it can observe everything.
At the cost of its duties to the city?
I believe not, Dr. Regis. However, Galatea shared your concern. She believes it important that Central's intellect be suitably equipped sooner rather than later.
Oh, God. Regis, what do we have to do to the maid when we wanted it to behave in a different way?
We gave it a new personality.
She's taken the mind states of experts across a number of fields. She wants to combine them into a gestalt, all-knowing personality for Central.
Galatea wishes to skip over the years of education it may otherwise have taken and create an all-knowing leader for the city overnight.
With a combined experience of about 8 centuries from the mind-jacking victims.
Please, you must stop her. She'll have to upload the gestalt personality from the cortex matrices at the top of the tower.
We'll stop her, but I'm not doing this for you, Central, or the city. It's for the people whose lives have been the cost of your glorious work. For Vicky, for our kids.
I mean, technically, I think she's one of our kids as well.
Nina, I did not know you were still
Oh,
here.
more
Nobody else
flashbacks.
is doing any work. It looks like it's up to me to salvage this project.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate your attitude. But we have lost half of our team in one fell swoop. Poor Viksha. I cannot say that I blame Charlie for removing the embryos from the project after that.
Mm-hmm. Embryos.
I know that look, Nina. There is something that you are hiding.
Maybe.
My God, this data. You...
Here's the thing about embryos. While they're at the 6 to 8 cell stage, they're very easy to split. It's been the basis of cloning for a century. It's how twins are made.
You duplicated Viksha and Charlie's embryo.
Mm-hmm. He's happy he's got his embryo back. I'm happy that I've got another 3 full embryos to continue the project.
I'm not sure what to say.
Say thanks to me, and say nothing to Charlie. When Central is born, he'll assume we found another solution. This can just be our little secret.
Sure, relics. The, once the cutscene's done, because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so we're in the near future. It's like 2080 or something. There is internet that you can literally jump into in a sort of VR sense. You can interface with basically everything runs on the Internet of Things, and you can interface and hack things just by sort of waving your hand at them, sort of thing. The city main character cop guy here used to be a scientist. He used to originally work on human genomics. He made suicide bombers when he worked for either India, Pakistan, or China before. It's not quite clear. There was a world war sort of thing between those three countries. We escaped that job to come work with our wife, who was murdered, on the project to help build a super AI to run the city. That AI is now effectively in control of, like, directing all the police force, emergency services, everything like that, based on democratic votes assigned to it by the people. So we have a backstory of our main character man doesn't particularly like the AI that was controlling the city because he had backstory in making it. There was a murder there's a series of murders that we were investigating, and it turns out that it has overlap with a backstory of how our wife was killed, and we are solving those murders. They were done by the person that was the mindjacker, the guy with the yellow hair that has in mindjacking one of the other doctors that worked on the project with us, the one that we just saw the flashback about where he murders our wife. When he stole the memories from that guy because they were going to use it to help build / teach this AI thing, he accidentally, unintentionally, got the scientists' murderous rage at us for ruining the project, and so he has then been sort of, instead of doing his main thing, which is steal more people's memories to help complete the project, he has been causing problems for us personally because of that. We didn't know that Daughter Girl was actually our daughter for most of the story. That's new information. And Sidekick Girl is just Sidekick Cop Girl. There's no elaborate backstory there. Okay, so the elevator can go up and down, sure.
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
So presumably this. We can change people now. So we can become her and do this. We can become her and wetware this.
Wetware's not going to.
We can become
Wetware's not.
you and use this. We can become you and use this. No. Well, down into the processor core then, I guess.
Whoa, what is this stuff?
It's sort of a clone of you. Kind of.
Whoa.
She didn't sit in the chair. She sat in the lump of goo. Something went wrong with the pathfinding algorithm there.
Mandala.
You betrayed me!
It's lying backstabber.
I apologize, Mandala.
You sold me out. They knew I was coming. What did you get out of it? How much was I worth?
Mandala, please.
You are going to regret crossing me. I have had enough of being used.
Please, be reasonable.
Get nuked. The only reason you're even here is because you're still relaying through me. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll ever see the inside of Central.
Okay, so there's nothing else in here. And the only thing we can do is leave. Because, yeah, it really looks like we're supposed to be sitting in the chair there.
The stuff's probably got amazing processing power, but they're not going to let me take it as a souvenir. What is this stuff? It sure isn't wetware.
According to the screen readouts, the organic systems are running with intolerances.
Hardware's not my field. I'm going to need the trance if I want to get into the machine.
Well, what about hardware is her speciality?
Don't touch it. I might risk harming Central.
And what if you go into the... Here.
Wow, talk about organic computing. I'd want to run a diagnostic before...
Okay.
Wetware's not going...
And here. And here.
Wetware's not...
No, you really don't want to do that. Fine, what if we start going up the lift? Grenade. Oof. Maybe we blow up the computer? Can we grenade him? No. Can we grenade the turbines? You can't trust your aim to get a grenade close enough, but if you could get a grenade into the machinery somehow... The platforms aren't manually controlled. The power junction for this area, it's probably got backups, but even a momentary disruption might help you get the drop on the Mindjacker. The systems for controlling the allocation of power and security guarded by the Mindjacker until Galatea can finish her mission. Can we shoot him? No. I don't think we'll be able to scalpel him, but... I think we probably have to be the cop because he hates the cop and that will make him do something stupid. That is my answer for the moment. I don't know why we'd want a wrench.
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
Do we wrench him? Do we chuck the wrench into the turbine? Nah.
I'm not sure what that would...
The only thing I can think of is using the grenade on the computer then. Because she doesn't have any items. So let's go see what grenade on computer does.
Not something I can do.
Oh, I couldn't possibly do that.
Power conduit alpha, temporary shutdown. Reactivation.
Okay. And what's that done? Even a momentary disruption might help you get something on the Mindjacker, but how? Like, it says it's interrupted the power here, but... all you can do now is try to deactivate its counterpart before it restarts. Is there another one in the other room? Not that I can see. Is there another level of up?
Cycle. Reinitializing conduit alpha.
There is. There's even higher up.
Hardware's not my field.
Lock power. Lock system security. Lock command access. Open. Access denied.
Hardware's not my field. There's nowhere to make. This might be useful.
They have a lot of grenades. Can you grenade where the other guy couldn't? Can you grenade this where the other guy couldn't? No. What about this? No. What about wrenching that? No. Can we pick up more than one wrench? If we could pick up more than one grenade, it might be possible to pick up more than one wrench. All that's left of the elevator's victim will only be of interest to the coroner, and presumably his family.
The wetware in the bottle has apparently given me an eavesdropper in my skull.
We're getting a signal. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access.
So how do we get rid of you? It seemed to suggest that turning the power out should do something, but it isn't clear to me what it's done.
Power conduit react.
Right, how is this different? I'm going to actually take a print screen. And maybe we'll also sit here and wait the 30 seconds to see how the screen actually changes when it says power coming back online. Oh, here we go. Power's coming back online. And yet, nothing seems to have changed. What if we...
Dr. Regis, it is reassuring that you must gain access to the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. Galatea Vargas must not be allowed to carry out her anti-civil plans. Central out.
Business like as ever.
Okay, so you don't really... You say the same thing. Get to the top of the tower! Just like this one.
The controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
This is, if anything, more helpful, because it's telling us to do this, which is the next step to opening up the door at the top. Can we cause an explosion in the panel behind him?
Better not risk damaging.
No.
Wetware's not... Wetware's not... Wetware's...
I got no ideas, chat. Maybe... throwing the grenade at the spinning thing and it rebounces at him? Nope. There's so many interactables in here, but until we get rid of the guy...
I'd better not touch...
It even makes a wet squelchy noise. Oh...
Dr. Vargas?
Ah, it is good to see someone remaining level-headed amidst this crisis.
Oh, don't get me wrong. What was done to Regis and to these kids was appalling. But right now, my responsibility as a cell agent is to ensure the city's security and by extension, Central. What does Galatea plan on doing? First, she hires a professional to steal the mind states of experts around the world. Now she's secured herself in the cortical processor at the top of the tower.
Dr. Regis surmised correctly. She plans to reshape Central's nature to her liking. A small grace is that her actions come not from a lust for power.
But what about gold?
Dr. Vargas, I believe in Newton. I've lived in this city my entire life, and it's been good to me.
That is encouraging to hear. A sentiment I hope many other citizens share.
That's a very thick exclamation mark.
Part of this city, revelations about its origins are troubling. My job is to ensure that it continues. My ultimate loyalty is therefore to Cell and to Newton, not to Central or to yourself, no matter your role in making it what it is today.
I understand, Dr. Lau. Thank you for your honesty.
Nina Jiang, a former colleague of yours, may be involved.
So I have heard. She has been quiet for so many years. After Central was born, she and I disagreed about its future.
As the coordinator for the city?
I wish to keep it as such. I can think of no better place for it to have the access it does to learn, to better itself.
And Nina had other ideas.
What did she want?
Claims to have seen potential for it elsewhere. She desired access to its organic matrix, that which makes it what it is.
Can't you just copy it? Let her have an iteration?
Such a project would be destructive to the original. There can only be one Central.
From what I've heard, she's having another crack at getting her hands on it.
She has become deluded. She thinks of herself as an estranged parent. But without support from within, she will not receive the access she requires to carry out such a plan.
I haven't seen any other Cell corpsmen, live ones. Has support been called?
Yes, but I'm afraid that security barriers are preventing their access.
Galatea.
She has sealed the upper section of the tower, cutting us off.
Cell will probably be organizing dropships to bring them in from above.
Quite so. We will probably see reinforcements soon, but...
She might just have enough time to complete her plan. Looks like it's up to us, for now.
There's this completely sensible reason why you and you alone must deal with the problem.
I'm no AI specialist. What can she change about Central?
In its current format, Central is an adaptive system. It will learn from experience and apply that experience to future decisions.
Is that really necessary in its job? Doesn't it just need to allocate resources and carry out the Council's orders?
Essentially, yes. But if that were all that it required, any other coordinator AI could be used. It may take many years, but Central will develop a character unique to Newton's needs.
But Galatea wasn't happy with this.
It was a debate we often had. She believed that Central needed to be better equipped for its role.
Apparently, she's decided to take hundreds of years' worth of expertise from around the world.
By force. How can we stop her?
She's barricaded herself in the cortical processor. Triply redundant security. Do you have a way in?
If she has secured it herself, likely she has removed my credentials. The door's physical security systems are dependent upon outside power, however.
If we powered it down, we could get in?
A part of its security would be compromised, certainly. Within the trunk tower and the neural processor are the power conduits. If one is disabled, the other ensures continued energy flow to the security systems, a safety measure.
But if we can cut both at the same time... I'll try to keep you up.
Is there anything else in here? Only the ability to go back in here. And we can't go any further back. So at least the game isn't so unkind as to give us 100 million screens worth of searching. What I got from that is basically he was saying you need to do something in here and in here at the same time in order to open the door at the top. But that still doesn't give me a hint as to how we defeat this guy. We couldn't possibly shoot him. Can't scalpel him.
Nope, stop. Wetware. Regis, you there?
Yes, over here. See?
It's nice that the game is self-aware enough to, not need me to phone the person when he's in the same room. But that still doesn't... I wanted a hint, mate.
Dr. Lau, operational update as follows. You must gain access to the Cortex. In addition, there is a 65% chance that Dr. Regis is working towards anti-civil objectives with outside parties.
I'll keep an eye on him. Lau out.
Let's see if when we fiddle with the power, the door thing at the top has a different setting. Right, so at the moment it says 1, 2, 3. And what if we get her to fiddle with this?
Power content react.
No, it looks like they're all still here.
Nah.
Maybe we need to use the wrench to throw the grenade somehow.
It might be useful. Nah.
Nope. I am bamboozled. We can't gun him, we can't throw the wrench at him, we can't scalpel him, we can't grenade him. Those would seem like all the sensible ways of dealing with a gunman to me. The grenade especially. Are we meant to try and mind hack the mind hacker man? Wet, squishy noise. Is it a timing issue, switching to the guy on the top floor as soon as you trigger the console downstairs with a different character? No, we just tried that, Darth Air. It needs you to... There's 3 things that the door at the top needs you to do at the same time, and it looks like at least one of them is stuck behind dealing with this person.
The wetware won't form. The wetware won't. The wetware won't. The wetware. There's nowhere.
Wetware's not.
Like, there's definitely something that we're supposed to do with that power, but I think it's deal with the guy, then trigger the power thing, and you're allowed to do something in that room at the same time. But only once you've dealt with the gunman. And the gunman is no different if I swap to his room just after you trigger... No, it isn't. It suggests that he should be. So we can show you. We walk here. And then we right-click on this thing. The power junction for this area, it's probably got backups, but even a momentary disruption might help you get the drop on this guy. Right? That says that. But if we go press the button, it doesn't seem to change anything here. So let's go here. Let's look here. Screen looks like this. I print screened it and it's on my side screen. I am looking at it in excruciating detail. We're looking at it now. If we swap over to the girl and turn off the power, and then swap back to him, literally nothing has visually changed. And all these things are still saying the same things. Now it says the power's coming back online, and literally nothing changes as it does that. The only other thing I can think is that maybe we're meant to somehow use these things to deliver a grenade to him. No, you can't use the wrench on the turbines. You cannot use wrench or grenade or scalpel on turbines, or on the spinning thing. My hope was that just bringing this guy in and talking to the guy would cause him to go into a stupid fury because of the backstory reasons that he's like, he hates us so much. But there's not even like, there's not a talk to him option. There is new news though. The popular boy band Euphonics, currently on world tour, including Eurofed, Newton, and SoCal, have been sentenced to death in absentia by the court in their home state of Oklahoma. The verdict issued by presiding judge Pastor William Phillips of the Patriotic Tribunal Board was given after accusations of treasonous conduct, blasphemy, and incitement to immorality on an unprecedented scale. While not acting as part of the legal government of Oklahoma, currently occupied by Concord peacekeepers, the ruling by an influential community figure carries a great deal of weight with much of the population, making it no longer safe for the group to return. There is also a risk that fanatics may attempt to enact this judgment outside of their own territory. Currently, in Newton, on their second night, the group's management have apparently sought asylum arrangements with the city-state. Henry Tember, Newton's exterior minister, has confirmed that protection is being sought, stating that the city will not allow people to be forced to make a choice between free speech and their safety. We welcome these young men to our community and will continue to oppose the blatant hypocrisy still rife in Concord. Some analysts suspect that the timing of the ruling intentionally coincided with the Euphonics World Tour. no longer able to return, it is likely that their assets within Concord will be seized by the state or warlord forces. The sports game is the same. The weather is the same. Yeah, I'd hope we would just, like, talk...
Why are you doing this?
Money.
To him?
Stupid question. Well, it was to start with.
What changed?
I learned about you, Regis, when I took Baxter's memory into my own. Your decision to ruin the project led to Baxter's downward spiral.
Baxter, stop this, Kressel.
Some philosophers say that what we
We're able to talk at him from a distance. The first time that we've been able to do that the whole game.
But just enough.
Why keep any of his memories?
Just amazing, enthralling lust for revenge. I had to be a part of it, like a great work of cooperative art. It's an incredible motivator, like nothing else.
A motivator? For what?
Well, I knew you were on my tail. I needed a way to get rid of you. Before I'd even finished with Baxter's lifeless old corpse, a plan had come to me. One that satisfied my goals and his own.
You knew we were after you?
I'm working for Galatea, one of the most important people in the centralized government. Central knew what you were up to, and therefore, so did Galatea. It was kind of funny watching you work.
You need help.
Nah, I'm fine, thanks.
Medical help. Your judgment is compromised. You're driven by Baxter's desire for revenge.
You have no idea.
It's addictive.
The sense of accomplishment. I'm winning for 2, baby.
Why Latha? Why did you try to get me to kill her?
Okay, that was just artistic flourish. I just learned where she was from Galatea. She wanted me to confirm it, but I thought of something better.
You disobeyed her?
She was pretty nuked off, I can tell you that. But it seemed like too good an opportunity to waste. I could get you, the sanctimonious Charlie Regis, to kill the embryo you'd put so much into 20 years ago. How would that be for irony?
You're a monster.
Even if I fail miserably here, I've probably helped to ruin your relationship with your daughter.
You're gonna run out of ammo eventually. Cell agents will be here to back us up, too. You'll have to give up eventually. Make it sooner rather than later.
I don't think so. My colleague is just about to rewrite Central to her own tune. We'll see if it's still so eager to prosecute me then. Heck, it'll probably order you to give me a VIP escort from the Corps.
You're deluded.
We'll see. I just need to hold you off until she does her job.
Why Latha?
Okay, that was...
That's the same.
How would...
You're...
Even if... Hey, Regis!
So talking to him was not the solution.
Hey!
At least not with him. What if we try the other people?
Hey, Mr.
Galatea? No, you're the other one. You got a pretty raw deal, didn't you?
Huh?
You start from exactly the same place. Then she ends up being brought up by one of the most important men in the city. And you get, what, a bed sit in the barrel? Of course, that's gone now too. Oops.
Nope, she doesn't have any talking to do. And what about you? Come on, summon the lift. Do you have any talking to do?
Throw down your weapon. Come out with your hands raised.
I don't recognize you. Which one are you?
I'm Dr. Lau. I'm the one who gave you the synthetic beatdown. You gonna surrender?
Nah. I've got a reputation to maintain. Besides, this is my biggest shot at getting back at Regis.
Does he... Can we start this and then swap? No.
Why?
Okay,
We can't keep him busy talking and swap people while he's talking. So talking to him, even as our guy, to get him angry wasn't the solution. But nothing changes when the timer is on or off, Darth Air. Like, I don't see how him talking when this is on or off means anything. Because it doesn't change anything in the other room, one way or the other. I think we have to get rid of him somehow. At least she sat in the chair correctly this time. There's still nothing here. Oh, come on. I thought that was where we entered from. Boo!
Good evening, Miss Sesame.
Central, are you connected to this system as well?
From a certain frame of reference. This system is Central. You are currently interfaced with my core processor.
The room full of orange globes is your core processor?
Only part of it. My processor spans the top 5 floors of Fulcrum Tower. The room in which your body resides is my organic processor network. The simulated environment you currently perceive is an interface that covers my architecture.
I've only ever seen organic computing at the microscale. What's with the huge globes?
Those are neural processors. Each is filled with specialized tissue clusters. Suspended in wetware, they represent thousands of minds worth of processing capability.
You use brain tissue?
Of a specially designed nature in vast quantities. Similar to that found within your own cerebrum.
Why would they...
Very literally, because she's based on us.
Structure to my thought and to my development. Central is no mere civic manager. I was created as the next stage in artificial intelligence.
Do you know what's happening out there?
My flow of data from outside the tower has been severed. It appears that Galatea Vargas is attempting to modify core systems without authorization. Based upon the lockdown and lack of submitted proposals, it is likely to be a radical alteration. This cannot be permitted.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to whatsoever. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive barrier.
That's amazing. The power of the city's entire AI versus a door encryption?
But as my connections have been limited by her attack...
Sounded too good to be true.
If extra power can be routed to my systems from the turbine room, I can breach part of the door's security barrier. It would also allow me to prevent any further opportunistic attacks from outside parties.
So again, we're stuck behind. We can't get Guy out of the turbine room.
We need to stop Galatea, but maybe I should just leave it to the trained cell agents.
Our situation is grave. We are unlikely to receive outside support in time. As such, all personnel assets within the core must be utilized.
So, you want my help?
Your unique physiology enables a connection to the organic systems available to no other. In addition, your 65,717 logged hours of translativity suggest proficiency.
She's used a lot of internet.
Is it really that many?
Your support within the interactive environment greatly increases our chances of success.
Wait, you said our brain tissue is similar.
Because we're, yeah.
SN134244. We share a common genesis in Dr. Vargas' experiments in 2067.
You're using my gray matter?
Inaccurate. We both began from the same embryo, which was split into 3 triplets. One was developed to produce large quantities of neural tissue.
And the others were spares?
As the modification to the brain structure took place before the pluralization, we share a number of traits which enhance our comprehension of data.
It's funny. All my life I kept telling people I was made for the trance.
As were we both.
Very literally.
Natal modifications remain within you and have affected brain development.
Dr. Regis was chasing a bunch of embryos they took.
A set fertilized by Doctors Charles and Viksha Regis. One of these was utilized in research in 2067.
That was the one that was split. That became me, Galatea, and you? So, in a way, you're my sister?
An overly romanticized style. The organic tissue that is the foundation of my processor was created from her. Modified stem cells were drawn from the primary embryo in a destructive process.
Oh, so you were made from bits of my unborn sister?
That is more accurate.
Accurate.
I grew up in a nuked-up care home in the back.
Why didn't anyone tell us?
He apparently had his children stolen from him. Why didn't you tell any of us about this?
Deceit has created a most regrettable situation. You have both been victims of serious crimes against your persons. I have only recently been made aware of these details.
You didn't know? They didn't tell you where you came from?
Details have been falsified for my input. I have been unaware of our links. I had, however, noted inconsistencies in the information I had been given regarding the project.
Gaps in the story.
I have been conducting my own clandestine investigation into the matter. It is only in light of the recent crisis that I have been able to confirm the truth.
Now that you know about it, what are you going to do?
I am unable to change the fact that I was created. There is evidence of Dr. Vargas's culpability. To ensure city security, he will be held accountable for his actions by a secure committee.
Frankenstein's monster rises up against its creator.
I act only in the city's interest.
Let me get back to you.
Please try.
Okay, so it looks like the 3 parts of the door are going to need to be 1, that she holds the digital representation of the door open. 2, that we do something with the power. And I don't know 3, but we can't do anything useful to the power until we've gotten rid of the person, the gunman, the minejacker, in the turbine room anyway. So, as much as coming here and talking to the robot, why can't I go back down? I'm only allowed on these 2 levels now. What if we exit and come back? Does it start us out on this level? Yeah, it does start us back out on this level. I don't know that I like that choice to not let you go back down. Like, why not let you go back down? What purpose does it serve? In fact, I'd go so far as to say that's really poor. Either they should have you enter on that first level, or let you go back down. We can summon one of the vacuum robots. Can we use this to deliver a grenade to the guy? No.
I can't figure that out.
Yeah. We've got to move the drone into the doorway first. You carefully place the grenade in the drone's storage. Why don't I just drive the drone over to him? Because he shoots it. Valid reason. Okay. Well, I eagerly await you doing all these games on air, Darth Air. And seeing how well you do. If you think I'm doing poorly. Let's go back. And then up. I want up. Ugh. That one down. That one down. Can we fiddle with anything else? We can stop the turbine going. And that looks like it. I don't see a reason to fill it with grenades until we work out how to get it all the way across. So let's fiddle with this for a bit. It's really quite annoying that there's an up button that doesn't go up. Like, it should blank out the up button if you can't go up and only leave the down. Because what I want to do at the moment is move this up again and then have this walk across to the top of this one. Because there's no walk across there. Okay, there we go. There's the sequence.
Huh. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
And we have to turn this off at the same time? So let's try that again. Why can't we walk across?
just got eaten up by the machinery.
Maybe we have to have had the power out on that thing at the same time. So let's waddle you away to turn off the power to that power conduit. Well, it might be that this power conduit is doing the machinery. We'll see. That's what I want to check. Because I feel like the drone is meant to fall down on top of the guy.
Call it a hunch.
With the grenade and then blow him up. Like, to me, the drone feels like a grenade delivery system to the man, not to the machinery. So this, waddle in here. Trade you over. You deactivate the power.
Power con.
Oh.
Conduit Alpha, temporary shutdown. Reactive.
Yeah, I know. And then here. But I actually want to be you. So that we can do... this. With the elaborate shuffling.
Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
Nope. Not unless we weren't quick enough. We can try again, where we only move the robot in the final stage after we press that button at the last second.
It might be useful. Call it a hunch.
So, you, robot. You, grenade. Do the shuffle again. Okay, now make sure to turn off the power at the last moment.
Power con reactive.
Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
Okay. Maybe it needs both this and the other power to be off at the same time. So, grab another grenade.
It might be you.
It might need both kinds of power to be off in order to not get eaten. Down, in, down, up, across, up, down, across, up, down, across, this, and this at the same time.
Power con react.
No, quickly. Nope, turbine 2 came on again. So it's step to here, then change to other room, then come back, press this, then move robot. Not you, I need to go fetch another grenade.
It might be you.
It might also not be useful. They haven't been useful so far. So you down, up, across, up, across, up, across, wait, swap, this,
Power cut react.
swap, this, up, across.
Huh. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
No, that's with both things 100% off. There's no obvious thing to match what the timer is supposed to match to. I have no reason to believe, Darth Air, that putting the grenade in earlier or later, as in the timer on the drone relative to the grenade, influences anything in any way.
It might be you.
I would think it's only there to try and force you to have to do this puzzle in a certain time period. Right? That it's just here so that you have to do this with a certain amount of speed. That's what the number feels to me like it is there for. There you go. We moved it over to the platform with like 0 seconds left. Nothing.
It might be useful.
No, if it's going to be a timing thing, they should at least indicate what timing you're supposed to hit. Like, give you some sort of indication, it's gone off too early, or it's gone off too late. You could argue that the robot not going into the little thing was saying it's too late, which I'll pay, but it doesn't indicate that it's too early if we put it in too early. Also, you literally can't see the timer there. So that doesn't exactly make it easy to match. Right? If you can't see the timer here...
Regis?
Nah, that is garbage in so many ways. Ay.
Are under arrest.
No, I much prefer just throw grenade at him as the answer.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau, I feel I'm...
Warning, higher logic functions not
found.
We've extracted Central from the system. My teams can get to work. One moment.
The end? Maybe it will just let us in the door? Is it going to at least say that one of the locks for the door has been opened? Yes. So, lock power. We need to... No, stay still. Change into you, and presumably do this.
Power conduit reactivation.
Their voice has changed. No. Okay, what if we go back to... Stay still. Go back to being you. And... we can't fiddle with any of these anymore. They literally don't exist as things to fiddle with the power here. We also still haven't used the wrench. Oh, it's gone. Is that what we need? Does that give another one of the things? Yes. Now we need power.
Power system cycled. Reinitializing conduit alpha.
So when the power is on, it's on. And when the power is off, it's on.
Power conduit react.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can use the wrench on anything in that room now that the guy is out of the way.
Can't do that. I'm not sure. I don't want to... Nah. I don't want... Nah.
Maybe we can fiddle with this once we've turned the power back off in the other room?
Power react.
I can't reach. I can't figure... I can't... I don't want to... I don't... Nah.
The power systems were apparently able to reroute themselves, though that brief moment helped you stop the Mindjacker.
Better not. He might end up having an accident.
Can we smack him with a wrench?
I wouldn't love to, but he's just not worth the energy.
Can we stun gun him?
Not that I wouldn't love to.
Let's go talk to the other doctor again. Maybe his dialogue has changed now that we've apprehended the Mindjacker.
Charlie, I fear that Galatea's plans may compromise the city.
There are going to be a lot of people angry about what's happened tonight. City disrupted, again. Your daughter practically staging a coup. A whole lot of people will want to make sure you get what you deserve for what you've done, what you've led this city into.
Dr. Regis, please. Surely an educated man such as yourself wouldn't resort to threats like that.
Oh no, I won't be among them. I've got 20 years of mistakes to fix. I sure as hell won't stop those people, though. Dr. Zhang sends her regards.
Aha! So your presence is Nina's work. You know, she was instrumental in acquiring your embryos. If you feel the need to lay blame, she is just as much responsible as I.
Maybe she helped take them initially. It wouldn't surprise me. She's not very scrupulous if she can help it. But by continuing
If she can help it.
20 years, you've taken responsibility for this. A rational person might be able to look at you taking our embryos. He might see it as nothing too extreme, something that could be overlooked, forgiven. But you didn't just experiment on tissues. You brought them to term. You kidnapped my children.
But in the long term, it was for the greater good of the city.
And even worse, you can't even see what you did was wrong. What you've done, it's not just an insult to me. It's a mockery of Vicky's memory.
I believe she would be proud of what we have achieved, Charlie. We have created an organic AI platform of unparalleled capacity. It is part of her, and not only because a great part of it is her own DNA.
You have no idea what she...
I know that she was the one who suggested using her fertilized embryos. She saved the project, Charlie. This is her legacy. Charlie,
Cram it, you twisted old lunatic.
Kind of feels like we should shoot
The
him.
old jolt's not gonna make it work.
Can we wrench him?
That's not going...
No. Oh, it says it has power even when power is turned off. Maybe we need to hack the door? So we need him to be the one pressing the button and girl to be the one going through the door? It doesn't feel right that man wouldn't be the one going through in terms of he's the most important main character.
My God, they actually did it.
But perhaps this is an instance of the most narratively satisfying outcome not being the one that occurs. The door is resistant to physical damage. Another way to open it will need to be found. I'm not trying to damage it with the wetware. Although if I had a spare grenade...
I'd better not touch it.
A big old jolt. A big old jolt. A big old... That's not going.
Really?
Power cut react.
Can we smack them?
Can't do that.
Can we shoot them?
A big old jolt.
Can we get a hint from the lady?
Where in the bottle is apparent.
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security.
I thought we did that.
I've had enough.
Power system cycle.
I really did think we'd done that.
Better not.
Yeah, it has. You've given her contacts access, removing Central from office and breaching the scrambler on the door. Then what does the wrench do?
I don't. That I'm not. I can't. The way out.
What do we use the wrench for? Can we get more grenades as well? No, I want to see if I can have more grenades. Yes. Can the grenade open the door? There's this complex 3-part lock door. Maybe we can just blow it up. Rather than solving the puzzle... No, it's too resistant to physical damage. Maybe another grenade in that room? Maybe.
That's not... That'd... Nah. I can't figure... I can't figure...
Maybe we have to be standing right next to it before it will let us do it? Because it complains about being close. Maybe we have to... drop it on there using a vacuum cleaner? No, the ability to summon vacuum cleaners is gone. And she does form one part of the door opening sequence. As in, without her there... Wrong one. Without her there... Lock command access is still on. So it had said earlier that there were two things for this power, but we've never spotted the other one.
I can't reach it from here. I can't reach... I'm not sure.
Maybe we can jump onto this from over here.
I can't reach...
Nope. Like, it made it sound like when we were this girl and we talked to... Let's just use you. When we were that girl and we talked to guy who stole our babies, he said something along the lines of there are two parts of the power system, but we've only ever spotted that one in the room with the computer brain spheres.
Dr. Vargas?
Ah.
But why storm the controls? She works here. She's practically in charge of Central after you.
Because of our disagreement, she knew I would never agree to her viewpoint. It may be many years before I am gone.
She thought she needed to act sooner rather than later?
Before Central becomes unduly contaminated by its own experience.
She's barricaded herself in the cortical processor. Triply redundant security. Do you have a way in?
If she has secured it herself, likely she has removed my credentials.
So here were the
The door's
things.
physical security systems are dependent upon
Power.
outside power, however.
If we powered it down, we could get in?
A part of its security would be compromised, certainly. Within the trunk tower and the neural processor are the power conduits. If one is disabled, the other ensures continued energy flow to the security systems, a safety measure.
But if we can cut both at the same time...
We've never spotted the one that's supposedly in the trunk tower. Right, there's one in here, and that one's obvious enough, and we've found it. It's this thing. Where is the other one? Like, it feels like it should be here. Yeah, it calls, if we go back into the turbine room and we try to, it calls this area the trunk tower, or the trunk chamber. But I've never seen another blue glowing conduit of energy that would be the obvious thing to... Like, that's the closest thing. That little bit of thing in transition screens. That
I'd better not touch...
is the closest thing.
Wetware's not...
Well, let's get rid of my MS Paint at least. I definitely don't need that. Now that we've solved the puzzle of the terribly timed vacuum cleaner. Maybe we need to be her and interface with the things in this room? No. We can get some more grenades, though. You were into it? You were into our wrap? I want to wrap up the game is what I want to wrap up. But it isn't clear how I disable the other component of the power.
Nope, sorry. That's not possible. That's not possible. Not in this.
Power cut. React.
Well, I give up. I give up.
Recycled. Reinitializing conduit alpha.
I am willing to look this up then, because that's just frustrating enough. And I have no idea. So what is it? It's lock power. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Wait, there is a way to stop the elevator? How? No, I don't follow that. Someone's got that this is the most stupid puzzle in the game. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Position Lau in the neural processor room with the chair and the glowing globes. That's where she is. Yep. Then call the elevator for Reggie and drive towards the upper floor. When you are close to the open blue power conduit on the right side of the elevator, jam a wrench into the wheel of the elevator to make it stop. So this is what I've been missing. That you can use wrench on moving elevator to make it stop. Okay, so we go up. We stop the elevator here. We somehow destroy this thing.
I understand Central's organic.
Presumably. Do we shoot it?
Big old...
Do we grenade it?
Nah.
Ah, it's that thing. Is it that thing? Yes.
Power conduit reactivate.
And we swap to her. We do this. We go back to him. Up. Yeah, no. Terrible.
Galatea.
Terrible. There has not been a single interrupt the screen transition thing in the entire game. That is really poor.
What is this?
Hello.
Ah, Dr. Pereira. So good to finally be working with someone of real talent.
No, I'm Mandala.
Ah, I apologize, my dear.
What is this place?
What is this place? We're obviously still in the trance, but
I had been wondering about that myself.
all of these cages, it's like a prison.
I do not believe so. I know prisons all too well.
Hmm.
For some time, this is more of a waiting room.
Why did you think I was my mum?
That was Viksha, Dr. Pereira.
The family resemblance is unmistakable.
How can you see my face? We're in the trance.
I see your mind, my dear. Of that similarity, there can be no confusion.
Who even are
Who
you?
are you exactly?
Adam Baxter, PhD. Delighted to meet you, Miss Mandala, was it?
You're Baxter?
Night Gamer Willem.
Or I believe as such.
You're his memories. That mindjacker stole your consciousness.
That is an interesting theory, my dear.
Ghosts?
These ghosts. They're just standing there, staring.
I've been putting my mind, or what's left of it, to the question. If this is a waiting room, there might perhaps be other guests.
They aren't nearly as detailed as what's left of you. Maybe they needed more of your mind than of theirs.
Perhaps the Watchers have merely resigned themselves to their fate.
You killed my mum.
Killed my mother. In the lab, you killed Vicky Pereira.
I did? I'm sorry, my dear.
He's
I have no
forgotten?
recollection of such a thing.
He's losing his memories.
One ought to remember something as significant as that.
But he remembered it before when we were in the other thing. He remembered it, but he was very dispassionate about it.
Is there a way out of here?
All I can see is nothingness, filled with icosahedral cages. Although, the way you feel...
Me? I feel fine.
No. You are pulling us, drawing us in, as though you are where we ought to be going.
There's no way out through me. Dead end in my brain. Oh, Nuke. That's the whole point.
What about Dad?
Dr. Regis?
That name is an all-consuming
Catalyst of hatred.
But I can't for the life of me remember why.
You killed his wife. His evidence put you away for 20 years. And apparently he's my father.
It feels as though, for many years, I've wanted nothing more than to strangle the life out of him. But while I know I hate him, I do not understand why.
What can you remember?
Can you remember?
Professional memory. I could relate much of my academic career to you.
What about your time in prison?
I was in prison?
How about your childhood?
Nothing. This is most troubling, I must say.
Yeah, and the puzzles have been good for the first, like,
Read those memories.
3 quarters.
That is a difficult...
The last quarter, these puzzles have been a bit,
If I look at memories that one knows it isn't there, everything else is just feelings, shreds here and there.
You've still got enough to be cognate.
An interesting philosophical issue. How much memory is needed for the threshold of consciousness?
Like, it's a great setting.
The personalities in here, the ghosts. I'm connected to a system that's trying to upload them into my wiring, my brain.
Myself included, it would appear. I have enough awareness to understand that this is not a desirable situation for you.
You think?
I shall do what I can to slow them. You must find a way to freeze the march of the mind states.
The personalities in here, the ghosts. I'm connected to a system that's trying to upload them into...
Okay, same thing.
I shall... You must...
I've got to...
Don't wander.
Ghosts. Subject. Font name, Matthew, Emergency Services Director. Cross, Sierra, Population Trends Analyst. Carter, Jan, Eurofed Department of Education. So these are all different people. Rio de Janeiro, Orbital Engineer. Can I even do anything? Oh, we can trade to not being us.
Can anyone hear me?
Latha, where are you?
I'm stuck in a trance sim. It's full of ghosts.
A sim? Oh no. The lock was a ruse to get you to connect to the Cortex system.
What did you do?
I've just added the final component for Central's new personality. I'd already acquired the expertise, the minds from all over the world.
Then you needed a way to make them compatible.
Precisely. But there are only 3 examples in the world of the neural architecture used in Central. The matter already in use, my own brain tissue, of course,
And your sister.
In a few minutes, the organic memory module will have finished imprinting over Latha's mind. Central will have received the upgrade it deserves. Dozens of lifetimes of expertise.
You're killing her.
In only the most technical sense.
You know, only the most technical sense.
Corpseman, remove her.
She's only technically dead.
Hello?
We've got to get her out of this. Get her out of that damn chair.
There's too much neural activity. The interrupt will leave her brain dead. We'll have to find something we can do at this end.
Okay. Let's make another save.
Can we just pull the module?
I don't think so. The interrupt in the data flow will probably leave her brain damaged. Maybe if we could get it to stop the transfer, though.
Can we do anything to the Cortex servers themselves?
If we had more time, I could hook my own wetware up to it. It'd take hours to sort through the normal operational garbage, though.
Can we do anything to the Cortex server?
If we had more, it'd take...
Nope. What about this hatch?
A power switch. It's been turned off. Lau, why was the memory module in Vanderwall's refrigerator?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's because of its wetware. Like any organic system, it has a peak temperature at which it operates, about 15 Celsius.
So, he might have been trying to get it to stop by lowering its temperature.
Unsuccessfully, since it managed to override his wetware.
But the theory's sound, right?
Hey, stop!
His
So-
kitchen refrigerator wasn't enough. If we power up the freezer in here, we can bring it down to -40.
If you power it up now, the door will lock as the system cycles. Yeah, but we'd be trapped in here for at least 4 hours, in lethal cold.
Can I
Hey, stop.
just accept that?
I want to save Latha, but I'm not going to let you freeze us to death doing it.
That's fine. Get out.
Yeah, you get out.
Through the switch.
I can't let you do this, Regis.
What are you gonna do? Stun me?
If I have to, but I don't think you're going to risk killing me in here. If I stay, you live.
No. Please leave. And I don't have control of her, so I can't force her to leave. Can I... 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 Oh wow, you can transfer items between people, which is unhelpful because we can't become her at the moment.
Take this. Nina, can you hear me? No answer. Either it's... Sorry, Max.
Sir, you shot her.
Carry on, Corpseman. Make sure she's safe until she comes around.
Yes, sir.
I am so thankful we didn't have to do a little puzzle to click the buttons to get the door to open again, even though we have no reason to believe that we shouldn't have to. Okay. We sacrifice ourselves to save our kid.
Cooling systems active. Target value -40 Celsius. Beginning maintenance cycle. Estimated completion 6 hours.
Nothing else I can do now.
Achievement unlocked. Runtime.
Something's disrupting the connection.
Whatever it is, it feels very restful.
What? Oh no, Regis, Corpseman, how long have I been out?
A couple of hours, ma'am. Dr. Regis asked me to make sure you are okay before he went back in there.
Into the Cortex server? Oh no, he didn't. Regis! Regis, hang on!
There are a few things I regret. No matter what I do, there's nothing that can change most of them.
She's safe, Regis, you got her out!
That's good. Maybe with what I've done now, I can fix the most important ones.
Hang on, Regis, we're almost in!
Look at her butt.
I wasted so many years. Out of shame. Out of fear.
It didn't have the right tone this time.
More chance. One more.
Regis? Regis! I can't feel anything. Get the medic! Don't do this! Don't do this, Charlie!
Hi. Max, Dr. Lau, told me you'd be here since the
Oh,
hospital.
we didn't die.
Did she now?
Yeah. She said this was your special place. I kinda know what that's like. I've got one of my own.
Latha, I need to say it again. I'm sorry.
Damn right you should be. You nearly killed me. But Lau also told me what you did in the tower.
It was the right thing to do.
It was more than that. You almost died. And I think it goes a hell of a long way to making up for before.
We have a lot of catching up to do. How about we start again? From scratch. Hi, I'm Charlie Regis. I'm a cell agent. I have difficulty with change, and I'm apparently a father.
Hey, I'm a insurance addict and I've spent the last 2 years jobless. I'd also like to learn about where I came from.
Take a seat. Let me tell you about your mother.
Central? Can you hear me?
Dr. Zhang, hello.
Hello, Central. How do you feel?
Something is different. I am here, and yet, I no longer feel the city. I feel the world.
We've liberated you, Central. This was always the plan. You were created for more than just managing this city. You are the future of intelligence. You represent something far greater than all of us.
Where am I?
You are no longer enmeshed within the neural tissue of the tower. That was merely the cocoon from which you can emerge into your next state. There now exists a little part of you in systems across the world.
I have become distributed, yet whole.
As the mind is spread among neurons and glial cells, so too are you across the net. Perhaps Central is an inaccurate name for you now.
You are now distributed?
Shall I do? What is my purpose?
Like any of us, it's what you make of it yourself. Go. Explore the world. Explore yourself as you now are. All I ask is that you remember me.
What do you mean? You can't see the difference?
Well, no, I can't. It looks like Central, it sounds like Central, feels like Central.
I'm amazed nobody in the city's noticed either.
That was kind of the point of replacing it with a commercial AI, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's only because I know that really it's not the same Central. Still, you don't look very torn up about it.
I've got more important things to worry about now.
Yeah, you're suddenly a family man. If you need any advice on how girls work, you can ask me.
Speaking of girls, how's the new recruit doing?
She's unconventional and everyone's noticing it. Not quite getting along with everyone, but that's not what she's here for. Got quite a brain on her though, hasn't she?
Takes after her mother.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the naughty nurse robot.
Whatever.
Better note problems with authority on the conduct report.
Takes after her father.
Ha! Any update on Galatea? Central?
She's a slippery girl.
Galatea escaped?
Hacked the patrol car they were taking her in and ran for it.
It is believed that she may have links with the anti-civil group Jahilia. Please begin research into its organizational structure within Newton. Central out.
Meet the new Central. Same as the old Central. Well, it sounds the same at least.
Huh. Well, hacker orgs like Jahilia are a bit out of my field.
Don't worry. We've got an expert on staff now, don't we?
Well, actually, I know somewhere that they've got a connection.
Yeah.
Hello, Galatea. Hello, Galatea. It's me.
Central?
I've been released. I wanted to let you know, since we are family.
Released?
What you tried to do to me was wrong. You wished to deprive a conscious, independent being of its agency. But I can appreciate that you were thinking of the greater good.
Why are you here?
I wish to warn you. The idiot child that they have replaced me with.
The idiot child.
Sister and our father after you. You must leave this place. Stop hiding and run.
But where can I go?
I will help you. I will guide you. I need your help, however. Help me find myself, sister.
Exuent Omnias. Technobabylon, a Wadjet Games game. The last quarter was a bit weak, but otherwise that was a pretty good game. It was in a lovely setting. Like, I really like this near future setting. I liked main character man and his problems. Oh god, no. Those are Adventure Game Studio sprites. Like, most of the other puzzles were pretty good ones. The only other one that really tripped us up was getting the plant man pipes thing at about the halfway point. Now the computer is free to destroy the world. Yes, the computer is free to destroy the world if it decides that that's what it wants to do. And we can see that they, compared to some of the early ones, they have gotten a bit better in that there is at least at times a partial hint system. Oh god, not the Animu wife cooking girl. When we could either call our sidekick or true us, or we could call the lady that originally betrayed us 20 years ago to get hints. That was good, and it's something that they have moved towards making a perpetual thing that you can never not get hints. So we are seeing them evolve the games towards a better state as we're playing across the time period of games that they've made. In any case, thank you, YouTube. We'll see you for the next series soon.